from a different star, flying over streets and
so as I
broken
said
hearts.
in the intro,
But they
we're going to
can
be
even
talking about
touch
the
us. We found a
transformations that happen
different beat.
when you start a health
Paradise
journey.
is where
And it's not just the physical outside, there's also a physical inside, and there's also a mental. And I was inspired by this to do this video because I saw a couple pictures, and also this picture here. I will let you know. Let's start off with me. Okay, so I had my sister-in-law gave me this little pant set, and it's really cute, and she gave it to me 3 months ago, and I absolutely could not get in it. Positively, it was my thighs, and I could get in it, but my thighs and my butt, it was way too tight because girls got some booty. And so I wasn't able to wear it, and I was really disappointed because, you know, when somebody comes all the way from England and gives you a present, you kind of want to wear it to show appreciation for it, and I couldn't. So I don't know why, but today I saw it in my closet, and I thought, oh, let me just see, because there's a pair of jeans that I was able to get into that I haven't been able to get into. So I thought, let's see if I lost enough weight in the booty and the pants in the legs to get into it and it to fit nice. And so I got in it, and the first thing I did was take a picture. Oh, sorry, but my hair is, this wind. But it's tickling my nose. My hair is just running into my face and tickling my nose. But anyway, so the first thing I did was send a picture to her and say, look, I could get in the outfit that you gave me. And so that felt really, really good. And there is a transformation, though, that's not just the physical seeing it. It's the mental transformation. And sometimes that takes a little while to catch up. Sometimes we can lose weight and or gain weight, and we still see ourselves as either fatter or thinner than we are. So sometimes it takes our mind a little while to catch up. And what really got me started on this was I saw a transformation in my uplines page in her group. There was a coach, and she was talking, and she showed a picture. It was a fabulous picture too. 2 years ago till today, and it was on her birthday, and she was in Disney with her family in the first one. In the second one, she's like ripped and cut, and in the other one, she was probably 40 or more pounds. I don't know how tall she is, so I can't really, and she didn't say exactly how much weight she's lost, but you could really see the transformation physically in her. But then when you heard her, then when you read what she wrote, you saw the mental transformation too, about how good she feels, and the physical inside transformation, and the differences in her body now, that things that she couldn't do before that she can do now, that how much she has more energy and more ideas, and just it transforms your mind. And if you look at the smile on her face, and I know the picture before because I've been there too. She was with her family, and it was one of those, mama, pull the kids in front. So you know, nobody can really see the transfer, you know, how big you are. You think that your kids hide you, but you know in reality they don't when you see the pictures. And so that was the first one, and the second one was my direct coach. And I haven't known her. I didn't know her a year ago when she took the other picture. But there's a difference. She's lost probably 15 pounds or so. And again, though, it wasn't just the physical difference in her face. You could see her face is a lot leaner and thinner. But it wasn't just that physical. It was the mental. When you see her, the joy that she has to exercise. Every single day she gets up and she exercises. She inspires me to get up to exercise. She's loves her exercise. She loves her group. She loves her, and she loves inspiring people. And all of that is possible because she went on a health journey, and she became a coach. And just like I've become a coach. And it is because when you become a coach, there's a mental click that now I have to do it, not just for me, but I have to do it to help other people, and you want to inspire other people, and you want other people to keep going, and they inspire you in turn, just like I'm telling you, these two women inspired this entire video. So there is a whole totally different thing that goes on with a transformation. And so it's not just, wow, I lost the 50 pounds and here I was fat and here I am skinny, or 100 pounds or 200 pounds, whatever it is, because there are a lot of other things that go on metabolically. For example, when I keep my weight down, and this happened to me very surprisingly, because doctors told me it is impossible, but when I keep my weight down and I watch and I don't eat a lot of sugar and I don't eat a lot of starches, and I'm very good on my diet, and I move and exercise. Moving and exercise is just as important when you're trying to lower your blood sugar, and I don't have to take my diabetes medicine. And I remember when my doctor said, oh, you have diabetes, this is what your problem is, and you have to take metformin for the rest of your life, and you probably have to go on insulin later because, you know, at that point I weighed like 280 pounds, and I was crying in his office and saying, no, can't we try other things first? Can I lose weight? Can you give me diet pills to lose weight? Can we do other things? And he's like, no. You got diabetes. You got type 2 diabetes. You are, your life is over. Take these medicines and have fun. Or don't have fun because then you're going to be pooping your pants. Because if you don't know it, especially the older forms of metformin, when you first go on them, your body really can't take it. And I don't know what exactly happens, but yeah, that's a side effect. And, and you tell him, well, I don't want to go on that medicine because it makes you poop your pants. And he's like, well, the other way you're going to die of a heart attack, so you better take the metformin. I mean, that is what he was saying. He was really rude. And so now I know that he's wrong, that you can control that to a certain extent. I'm not a doctor. If you're a type 1 diabetic, especially, do not unplug your insulin machine. And if you're a type 2 diabetic, monitor your sugars. I still monitor my blood sugar, but I do not I know it. My blood sugar is normal when I do the right things, and my blood sugar goes bad when I don't do the right things. So it is something that some people can control, and thank you God, I am one of those people, and I don't have to be on the medicine unless I'm really, really bad. So, and sometimes I still have my moments with sugar, but I haven't completely been able to break the cycle of addiction on the sugar 100%, but I know, God willing, I'm going to be able to. So there is that internal thing that can go on, and you will have more energy. It makes sense. If you don't have all this poundage, it's going to be easier to move. You're going to have more energy. You're going to be able to move and do things that you couldn't do before. My knees were going bad. That was another thing the doctors told me. Oh no, you're always going to have pain in your knees now. Your knees are shot. Too bad. So sad. And because you're on metformin, we can't give you any pain medicines to help you. So you're just going to have to suck it up, buttercup. Yeah, that's what they tell you. And so, anyways, but I can do things. My knees, I have done things that I haven't been able to do in years, thanks to my exercise program. And I can remember trying to do things and not being able to do them, and now I can do them. And yeah, maybe I'm not doing them as good as this 20-year-old that's, Buff Bunny, but I am doing them. And so I think that that's important. So you have that internal thing where your joints are going to have less pressure on them. So you're going to feel better if you have any problems with joints. And I'm not saying that for everybody. Again, I'm not a doctor. This is my personal experience. And maybe, you had a really bad car wreck or something, or you had really, really bad cartilage damage to your knee somehow. And so even if you do exercises, that your knees hurt. And don't write me and say, my knees still hurt and I'm exercising. And also, it takes years. It takes years. That's another thing. Let me tell you that. It doesn't happen overnight. Okay? Now, and so you have these internal things, but you also have the mental things. And like I said, sometimes your mind, it will take a few minutes, a hot minute, for your mind to catch up and realize, hey, I've lost weight. Like, I never thought that I could get in this. I would sit in my closet and be like, I can't get in it. It's too tight in the butt and the legs. But guess what? When I tried it on, it fit. So sometimes it does take a little bit of time. But also, once you start losing weight, once you start that momentum, and it doesn't mean that you're not going to have a bad day. It doesn't mean that, somebody's going to, wave that chocolate chip Hershey's ice cream in front of you and you're going to be like, oh, okay. Everybody's going to have those days. Or, my sisters live together and sometimes the one will come home with something that's bad, even though, they both agreed that morning, we're going to be good today. And so, yeah, you're going to have those days when you, slip a little bit. And that's allowed. But for the most part, once you start losing weight and once you start feeling so much better, and once you get that sugar out of your system, you feel so much better that you don't want to go back. You do not, and that's part of the mental. And also, I think that it also changes your attitude, because you're like, I'm used to be, I can't do that. I can't do that. I'm too fat. I can't do that. No. You go and do the bike ride, or you go and do that hike, because I can't do it because I'm too fat. But now I go and do the hikes. I haven't done the bike ride with my husband because we don't have bikes, and the friends just bought a bike for him one time he went. But, I would do a bike ride. I do spin, and I love spin class. I never in a million years thought I would like spin class, but we were at a gym, and I heard the music, and then he was playing the best 80s music. We're talking Bon Jovi, Def Leppard, Madonna. And I just was like, let's go try this. My butt hurt so bad. And my legs did too at the end of the class. But it was so much fun. And I shocked myself that the class was like 50 minutes. And I probably was able to hang in for 35 minutes. And then I just sat there, and my husband was next to me, and I kind of just pedaled real slow and everything. And then finally I said, I think I'm gonna go to the bathroom. You finish up. And so, but every class I was able to stay longer and longer and longer until I was able to do the full 50 minutes. And we also, a trick if you like spin is to get the padded bike seat that like slips on top of the bike seat that they have, and it's really nice and padded. Your butt will still hurt, but it helps a lot. So that's a tip from Teacher Candy, but Teacher Candy doesn't teach that much anymore. But a tip from Candy. And so the mentality, I can't do it, to I can do it, and I do try. There's this thing where people are putting their one leg on the wall, and then they flip over, and then and you end up doing a handstand is what you end up doing. And I would have never even tried it. I couldn't do it, but I would have never even tried it before. And I tried it, and my husband was laughing, and I was like, you try it. And he's like, oh, I'm not going to try it. It was almost like a Wheaties commercial with Mikey. I'm not going to try it. You try it. But I would have never even thought to try it. But I feel so much more empowered to do things. And I think that that's really, really important. I think that we get into this negative, I can't do. And I think that being able to accomplish it, being able to do the workouts, the workout system that I am using is Beachbody. And so And the great thing about Beachbody compared to doing just anything you find on the internet is that it's progressive. So you might start out and you might do the first week, especially if you're really ripped, you might be like, that's too easy. Well, you know what, bud? Go to week 3 or 4. Then we'll do some talking because it's progressive and the exercises get harder and harder and you feel more. Sometimes I feel like, I've got to go back to the way they did it in week 1 or 2 or 3 because now I'm in week 8 and I'm like, I can't do it that way. But there are times when it's like, oh my gosh, high five me, I did it, baby, I did it, because I always exercise with my husband. And so that's the wonderful thing about the Beachbody workouts that I've never seen in any other program. And I've done all kinds of other programs, but basically it's the same thing. You do, they might change up the music a little bit. They might change up the dance steps if you're doing something aerobic or Zumba or something like that. And that's still great and fun. And I still enjoy those kind of exercise programs. But the Beachbody program is like, every program is like they're training athletes. And so they take that athlete from beginning where they can't do that much because they're just a beginning athlete. And then they take them to, you're going to go to the Olympics, or you're going to go, you're going to go play basketball in the NBA, or you're going to, whatever. But they do progress. Now, there are some that start out really, really hard from day 1 too. So, but they still progress. And I think that that's important. And I also think that mentally it's important. It's like in the military, the first day those guys, they take them out on a run and they're like, Sarge, I'm going to die. And, by the end of basic training, they're running that with a backpack on and full of equipment. And they're like, yeah, I can do it. No problem. It's a progressive thing. And I think that that's what's important in your workout. And I think that you should look for a workout system, not where you shouldn't be doing the same exercises 2 months or 3 months after you started. You should be progressing and doing different exercises and progressing. And so I think that and it's good for you mentally. I think I can see where I can do things like stupid things like going from cobra to downward facing dog to cobra to downward facing. I used to have to go to my knees, push myself up on my hands, go back down to my knees, then go into cobra. Now I can go straight cobra, downward dog, straight cobra, downward dog. Now, for some people, they could always do that. That's no big deal. But for me, when I did it, my husband was like kind of looking at me like, you're doing it. Do you know what you're doing? And I'm like, yes, I'm doing it without going to my knees. And I can plank now. Not for as long as some of the planks are, and I can't do some of the poses. You go from plank to this or that. But there are other ones where I can plank and do whatever they say without having to go to my knees. Fabulous for me. This is progress. And I think that that's what you want to look for. And I think that that's why this program is so important for me. It's progress, and it does teach you about nutrition, and you have the support. I have my coach, and oh my gosh, she's the most loving person, and she helps me. And I have people, and I talk to them and help them. And I see the people in my program, my challengers, and they're working it out, and they're doing their exercises, and they're making progress, and they're seeing results. And I think that that's what's important. And then I see my upline. Like I said, I saw the other coach who had amazing results. And so it keeps you motivated. It keeps you going because you have this like-minded community of people, all who want the same thing. They want to be healthy, they want to be fit, and they want to help other people. In fact, a lot of people in our community, I am so sorry that I have to keep pushing my hair, but the wind. And but a lot of people in this community are nurses and teachers, and I'm like, it figures, because nurses and teachers are natural nurturers, they're natural teachers, they're natural helpers. They want people, they have that in their hearts. And I think that that's what makes my community so special. And so if you want to be a part of my community, you can message me. I'm going to leave my email down below and my Instagram down below and my Facebook down below. So you can message me on one of those and we can get started if you want to make those kind of transformations where it's not just, you lose 10 pounds and then you go back to the same thing. And you're surrounded by people that are like-minded people that want to be healthy and want you to be help you to be healthy. So that's all I have for today. You have a great day. Big hugs. That's from my teacher Candy days. I used to tell all my kids big hugs. So you have a great day and bless you. Bye.